Good morning, everyone. This is Robert from RJL 518, welcoming you to another exciting edition of Inside Pitch. This is the 1985 One and Gone tournament. Today we are in Game 17 as we continue the second round of the tournament. It's the number 9 Chicago White Sox taking on the number 8 Cincinnati Reds. Both these teams are actually pretty even. Could be a good game. The White Sox were 85 and 77 and 85. The Reds were 89 and 72. We are at Riverfront Stadium, and I'm hoping for a good matchup today. So thank for everyone who will join me today for a game between the White Sox and the Reds. Starting pitcher for the Cincinnati Reds, for the 1985 Cincinnati Reds in this game, will be Mario Soto. He was 12 and 15 with a 3.58 ERA. He gets the call here in this second game for the Reds. The Reds advanced to the second round by defeating the Cleveland Indians in the first round. The White Sox knocked off San Francisco in the first round. So these two teams will now meet up here. Keith White joins us here at Riverfront Stadium as he says, "Go Chi Sox." The winner of this game will take on the Chicago Cubs. So will we have a north side versus south side, or will the Reds may advance? Riverfront Stadium subtracts 1 from strikeouts and adds 1 to walks. Pretty neutral, a couple of home run cells on the card. Soto is ready to go. Let's get some game underway. Leading off for the White Sox will be left fielder Rudy Law. We are all set to go in Game 17 of this tournament, as we're only a couple of games left in the second round. Soto's first pitch, 1-1 against the lefty. That is going to be an automatic out, and it's a ground out to second base. Next batter up will be the center fielder, Luis Salazar. He gets the call here. Soto with the pitch. And it's a 6-3 hit by pitch. That one will be way too high, as Soto actually puts it in the negative. Salazar takes a swing, 6-4, and he flies out to center. That is out number 2. And now the right fielder, Harold Baines. Hall of Famer. Meh. Not really. I really don't think so. Oh, the very good, yes. Hall of Fame, no. Mario Soto with the pitch. 4-1. That's a walk chance, and the 3 does allow Baines to go to first base. Soto walks him. Every time I open my mouth about Baines, either gets a hit or gets on base somehow. Here's the first baseman, Greg Walker. Still 2 outs. The infield is normal, and Strat Roll says no play, so Soto will pitch. 1-1 against the lefty, and that will be an automatic out. It's a fly out to left, and that will retire the side. A walk is all the White Sox got, but that will do it. Starting pitcher for the 1985 Chicago White Sox is Britt Burns in this matchup. Not a bad year, 18 and 11. ERA a little on the high side, 3.96 ERA, but that's just fine. Pretty much, really, if you had an ERA under 4 and 85, you did good. So Burns gets the call here for the White Sox, leading off for the Reds, center fielder Eddie Milner. Burns with the pitch, 2-4 against the lefty. That is a blank. Milner will swing 1-3, and against the lefty, that is a fly out to center field, out number 1. Next up is the first baseman, Pete Rose. I do not care if he bet on baseball. He should be in the Hall of Fame for what he did on the field. Burns is pitch 2-2 against the righty. That is a blank, a switch righty, I should say. Switch righty is a blank. Rose will swing 2-1, star 6. He flies out to right. Next up is the right fielder, Dave Parker, as Dave Little joins us here at Riverfront Stadium, and he says, "Go Reds." So I got competition. We got 2 competing fans in the chat. Burns will pitch 2-6. Hit by pitch. That 3 is going to be too high. Parker does have a 3, but Burns takes away 5 from it. So Parker will swing 6-4. That's a ground out to second and a 1-2-3 inning for Burns. We have no score at the end of 1. Two pretty good teams here at Riverfront Stadium. Here is the original Pudge, the catcher, Carlton Fisk, leading off against Soto. And for the first time in a while, Dave Little's actually on time for a game, although he's about half an inning late, but I'll let it go this time. Soto, 6-5. That is a range play at the park. Riverfront Stadium, 4-5. That's a fly ball to left field. The ball is hit to Cedeno. His range is a 3, and Cedeno will make the catch. Out number 1. Nice play by Cedeno to track it down. Here is the second baseman, Scott Fletcher. I put him at second for the tournament. Pitch from Soto, 5-1, strikeout plus 10 against a righty. That's a 16. And yes, Fletcher goes down on strikes. Strikeout number 1 for Soto. He did have 214 of them in 85, so he was a hard thrower. 2 down, the batter will be Tim Hewlett. He is at third base for the tournament. Soto's pitch, 1-6, strikeout chance, and the 3 gets Hewlett. And that is strikeout number 2 and a 1-2-3 inning for the Chi Sox. Bottom half of inning number 2. Here is Cesar Cedeno. He is in left field. Burns with the pitch. That's a 4-4, error on a throw. Cedeno will bat 6-1. That is a ground ball to short. The ball is hit to Guillen. His error rating is a 5, but that's an 8. Guillen will have it, and he'll throw to first to get out number 1. Next up is Nick Esaski. I have him at third base for the tournament. Burns with the pitch, 4-2. That's a possible error. Esaski will swing 2-5. That's a line drive hit right to second base, and that is Fletcher. His error rating is a 0, which means no error. Fletcher snares it before it can go into the outfield, and that is out number 2. Shortstop Dave Concepcion comes up next. Burns with the pitch, 4-3, strikeout chance. That 15 is too high. Concepcion will swing. 2-2, and he grounds it to second base. Easily taken care of by Fletcher, and another 1-2-3 inning by Burns. At the end of 2, we've got no score. Top of the third inning. Leading off, the shortstop, Ozzie Guillen. Soto with the pitch, 3-6, possible error on a throw. Guillen swings 4-2. That's a ground ball to second base. The ball is hit to Oster. His error rating is a 4. That is a 16. Oster's got it, throws to first for out number 1. Next up is the pitcher, Britt Burns. He has absolutely no hitting stats in his career, so Burns has to use pitcher hitting card number 0. Pitch from Soto, 2-6. That is a double question mark. Burns is going to be from the left side, and that is a 1-8. That is a 7. That will be an automatic out. It's a ground out to short. 2 outs. Here's Rudy Law. Brandon Baker says can't stay but go Reds here at Riverfront Stadium. That's okay, Brandon. We'll save your seat. Soto with the pitch, 6-5. Range play at the park. Riverfront Stadium, 2-1. That is a single into center field. The ball is hit to Milner, but it's a range play. So his range is a 4, and he will make the play. Great play by Eddie Milner. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Soto. Bottom of the third. Britt Burns will pitch to second baseman Ron Oster, one of the better baseball names in history. Burns with the pitch. 3-5. That's a walk chance to 17 is high. Oster will swing 3-4. It's a ground ball to first base. Taken care of by Walker. That's the first out. Here is Bo Diaz. He's the catcher. Burns with the pitch, 1-3 at the park. Riverfront Stadium, 4-5. That is a fly ball left field. That will be taken care of by Law. That's out number 2. And now the Reds pitcher, Mario Soto. He batted 133 as a pitcher in 85. Burns swings 6-1, strikeout chance, and yes, he will get Soto on a K. And that is strikeout number 1 for Burns. He had 172 of them in 85. Not too bad. And that is a 1-2-3 inning for Burns. At the end of 3, we've got no score. And so far, neither pitcher has given up a hit. Like to remind you tonight on Payoff Pitch 85, we have the Baltimore Orioles taking on the New York Yankees. Boddicker against Whitson. And tomorrow's game on Inside Pitch 1 and Gone, we go to game number 18. It's the Texas Rangers against the California Angels. And the winner of that game plays the Blue Jays. So don't miss that one. Texas and California, tomorrow's 1 and Gone. Top of the 4th, Mario Soto will pitch to Luis Salazar, as so far both these pitchers are in a groove. Soto 2-2 against a righty, strikeout plus 10. That 7 definitely gets Salazar, and that will be strikeout number 3 for Soto. 1 down. Here's Harold Baines. Soto's pitch, 6-2. That is a possible home run question mark. Baines against the lefty is a lefty, 1-2. That is a 5. That will be a blank. Baines will swing, no, 6-1, star 5. He flies out to center. So Baines got a hold of it, but it's just a routine fly out. Next up is Greg Walker. Soto's pitch, 4-5, wild pitch, ball 1. Soto again, 6-6 against the lefty. That is an auto out. It's a star 3, and it will be a ground out to second. Once again, 3 up and 3 down. The only base runner was a walk to Baines in the first inning. Bottom of the 4th. Top of the order for the Reds. Here is Milner. No, we got a good matchup here between the White Sox and the Reds. Burns with the pitch. 5-3 at the park. Riverfront Stadium says 1-3, and that is a ground out to third. Here is Pete Rose. Rose flew out his last time up. Burns with the pitch. 6-4. That is a double question mark. That 20 is going to be too high for either of that, so that is a blank. Rose will take a swing. 5-6, and he flies out to left. Now the batter is the dangerous Dave Parker. He hit 34 home runs in 85. Pitch from Burns. 5-3, that's at the park. Riverfront Stadium, 3-6. Fly ball right field. And that will be put away by Baines. And a 1-2-3 inning for Burns. So far, no hits between either of these pitchers. At the end of 4, we got a pitcher's duel. So who will be the first to break through here at Riverfront? Top of the 5th inning, rapidly moving game. Here is Carlton Fisk. Soto with the pitch. 3-2 range play. Fisk takes a swing. 6-1 against a righty. That is a fly ball to left field. That is Cedeno. His range is a 3. Cedeno makes the catch. Oh, what a play by Cedeno, and that is 1 out. Cedeno steals away another hit. Here's Fletcher. Soto's pitch. 2-6 double question mark. That 14 will be too high for either side. Fletcher will swing. It's a blank 2-5. Single shortstop. That is the first hit of the game. Fletcher puts it right past the Concepcion, and the White Sox get the first hit of the game for both sides. Scott Fletcher breaks through Soto. The batter now will be Tim Hewlett. Infield goes to halfway. Let's see if there's a strat. Strat says a 6. No play. Soto will pitch. That's a 1-1. Against a righty, it's a blank. Hewlett swings. 5-6. That is a ball hit to right field. And against a right-hander, that is a 3. It just misses it. And that is going to be a fly out to right. Oh, a 3 just misses it over a 1-2 for a double. But against a righty, that's against there for Hewlett. There are 2 outs. The infield goes back to normal. The batter now is Guillen. And let's see if there's a strat. Strat says a 10. There's no play. Soto will pitch to Guillen. And it's a 3-6. That's an error on a throw. Guillen swings 2-3, and that is a ball hit to left field. And that is Cedeno. And against a right-hander, we have an 18, and that is going to be too high. So it's just going to be a fly out to left. And the inning comes to an end there. No runs and a hit. 2 good chances 2 good flyouts in the outfield, but because of it's an 18 and no good there, and they strand Fletcher on at first. 1 hit for the Chi Sox, but that's it. We now go to the bottom of the 5th. Here is Cesar Cedeno. Burns pitches 4-2, possible error. Cedeno swings 4-2, single into center field. That's a base hit. And the ball is hit to Salazar. His error rating is a 10. That's a 2, and he's going to make an error out there. That is an error. As he boots the ball out there. So Cedeno at first base, it is an error. So base running rating is a 3. Oh, not for Cedeno, my bad. Center fielder is Salazar. So Salazar, and Salazar's arm has no arm. So a 1-3 on the error. He boots it. Does Cedeno get to second base? It is a 4. He does not. Cedeno does not make the turn. He'll hold at second base. I'm just wondering about that for a moment. Give me a minute. Nope, that's right. He goes to second base automatically. That's right. The base running rating would mean if he goes to third. So Cedeno takes second on the error. And that is a base hit for Cedeno and an E8. That's right. I forgot about that, but I know it now. First error on the White Sox as Salazar boots it out there and allows Cedeno to take second. Big play, and now a chance for Nick Osaski. Infield is normal. What does Strat say? Strat says an 8. There will be no play. Burns will pitch to Osaski. And that's a 4-6 from Burns. That is a blank. He is not tired. Osaski will swing 5-3 against the lefty. That's a single up the middle. That is going to be a base hit. Cedeno's base running rating is a 3. In order to get to home from second on a single one, all he needs is a 1. Cedeno will come around third and he will score. And the Reds jump out in front 1-0. So the error comes away. So the error does hurt the White Sox. RBI single by Asaski, 1-0 Reds. The batter is now Concepcion as the Riverfront Stadium crowd gets into this. There is still nobody out. The infield is halfway. Strat roll says an 11. There's no play. Burns will pitch. 1-1, walk chance, 16 too high. Concepcion swings 1-4. He singles into right field. That's a base hit. Asaski's base running rating is a 2. You add 2 to get to third, becomes a 4. The right fielder is Baines. He's a -1. So a 1-3, Asaski makes it to third base, and he does. And Concepcion holds it first. 3 straight base hits and 1 error right now on the White Sox. They'll go talk to Britt Burns for a minute on the mound. And now a chance will bring up Ron Oster. Infield is going to be you got no outs. The infield is going to play in and try to keep Asaski from running. With nobody out, Asaski will not run on contact. I will keep him at third if it's a ground out. Infield is in. We will roll a strat, see if anything going on. That is an 8. There is no play. Burns will swing. Burns will pitch. 4-6. That's a blank. He's not tired. Oster swings 2-6. That's a fly ball to left field. Fly ball to left. The ball will be caught by Law, and that's 1 out. Does Oster has a sacrifice fly rating of 2? Does he automatically bring in Asaski? No, he does not. Now Asaski will try to run. That is a 2. The ball is hit to right, and that's Baines. He has -1 on his arm. So Asaski will only score on a 1. 2-5, he holds. 6, someone's out. It is a 4. He holds at third. Oster cannot bring him in. So that just goes as a fly out to right. The batter is now Bo Diaz. Kevin Hayes joins us here at Riverfront Stadium. Now with a good chance at a double play, Bo Diaz with a 4. The White Sox are going to play the infield halfway and try to get 2. Still runners at first and third, but now 1 out. Strat roll says a 15, no play. Burns will pitch. 6-6, that's a range play at the park. Riverfront Stadium, 4-3. And that is a single, possible single, actually hit to second base. The ball is Fletcher. His range rating is a 3. Because the infield is halfway, it becomes a 2. Does Fletcher make the play? No, he does not. That's going to get by him for a base hit. Fletcher can't get to it. So that is a single to past the second baseman. Asaski does come in to score. Concepcion, base running rating of a 3. In order to get to third base, he has to be a 3, and he on a single past second, and he does. So Concepcion will make third. Diaz on it first. It's now 2-0 Reds. Riverfront Stadium cheers. Yay! The batter now is the pitcher, Mario Soto, with runners at first and third. And they're still going to play the infield. And now the White Sox. White Sox are going to still play for 2 with the pitcher at bat. But we will roll to see if there is a play. And that is a 14. And The answer is yes. Mario Soto could try a squeeze bunt here. But let's see. Do we do a squeeze bunt? His bunt rating is a 4. The infield is halfway. So depending on where the ball is hit to, it doesn't really matter. Let's go ahead and try a squeeze. Mario Soto is going to try to squeeze in Concepcion, which means I need the squeeze bunt chart, which is not on the main chart, which is a little surprising on that play, but we get the squeeze bunt chart ready. So let's do a squeeze. Why not? Because they're not taking Soto out of the game. So we do a squeeze bump. First thing is Burns. Burns will go ahead and pitch. And that is a 3-4. That is a strikeout chance, and the strikeouts are halved on a bunt attempt. So Soto is a 20, -1 becomes a 10, -1 is a 9. That 17 is too high, so Soto will not strike out. He does get a chance to bunt, and the bunt is hit back to the pitcher, Burns. Burns is automatically in on the bunt, is automatically in. So the bunt rating for Soto goes down to a 3, and it is a 4, and that will be a good bunt. It's a successful squeeze attempt. The only play goes to first. Concepcion will score. Bo Diaz goes to second. Soto is out. 2 down, 3-0 Reds. The squeeze worked perfectly. On a bunt rating, the pitcher is automatically considered in. So you bring the bunt rating down, but it doesn't matter there. It was hit right back to Burns, and his only play was to first. There are 2 outs, and the batter now is Milner, as the Reds now lead it 3-0. Burns will pitch to Milner. First, we'll see if there's a strat. There is a 4, no play. Burns will pitch. 3-5, walk chance, 18 against the lefty. That's good. He walked Milner. Milner's got a 21 against left-handed pitching, and that 18 is good enough. Milner trots down to first. And the batter is Rose. Strat roll says an 11, no play. 2 outs. Infield is normal. Burns will pitch. 5-4. That's a possible error on a grounder. Rose will swing. 1-5. He popped it up to second base. And that play is made by Fletcher. And the inning will come to an end as the Reds send 8 batters to the plate. 3 runs on 4 hits, an error, and a sacrifice. It is 3-0 at the end of 5. It is the top of the 6th inning. Leading off is the pitcher, Britt Burns. He hasn't batted twice yet, and he's not tired, so Burns will hit. Pitch from Soto. 5-5, that's a blank. Burns, 2-5, that's a fly out to center. That's out number 1. These hitting cards are my creation, but using as a base hitting card from the Inside Pitch computer game. And I used that as a base card. And then I created pitcher hitting cards for American League pitchers that didn't bat at all during the years of the DH rule before we had interleague play. Here is Rudy Law with 1 out. Soto's pitch, 4-5. That's a wild pitch, ball 1. Soto, 6-2. Home run, question mark. Rudy Law, lefty. That is a 1-2. That is a 1. It passes. Against a righty, Rudy Law has a 4. No adjustment. So a 1-4, Rudy Law gets a hold of 1. It is a That is a 19, and that is a blank. So Law will get to swing normally now. 4-4, and he grounds it right back to Soto. And that is out number 2. I know it was a leaner, but either way wouldn't have worked. Here is Salazar. Salazar got called for an error in this game. Here's the pitch from Soto. 1-1 against the righty. It's a blank. Salazar gets to swing. 6-5. That's a ball hit to left field. That is a 14 against the righty. And he just misses a triple. That's just going to be a fly out. That's just going to be a fly out to left, and the inning is over. Lots of missed opportunities in the hit column roll. And Soto pitching a one-hitter. We go to the bottom of the 6th, 3-0 Reds. Dave Parker will bat for Cincy. Here is the pitch from Burns. 3-5, that's a walk chance, and the 6 is too high. Parker rarely walked against lefties. Parker does swing. It's a 6-3, and against the lefty, that's a single right back up the middle past Burns. That is a base hit. Parker does get the hit, though, and that's his first hit of the game. Next up is Cedeno. Infield goes halfway. Cedeno is 1 for 2, singled and reached second base on an error. Cedeno, 18, no play on the strat roll. Burns will pitch. 2-3, and that is a strikeout chance. The 12 is too high. Cedeno will swing. 5-1, that's a ball hit to left field in the hit column roll against the lefty. That is a 16, and that is way too high against the left-handed pitcher. So that is just going to be a fly out to left. And we got one out. Parker, of course, stays at first. Here is Nick Asaski. Asaski is 1 for 2, singled his last time up. Infield still staying halfway. Strat roll says a 9, no play. Burns will pitch. 3-5, that is a walk chance, and the 6 walks Asaski. That is a walk. Base on balls. That is the second walk issued by Burns. Runners at first and second for Concepcion. Infield is still halfway. Burns will pitch. Oh, actually, wrong die. Strat roll says a 6. There is going to be no play. Infield still halfway. Burns will pitch. That's a 6-6 range play at the park. Riverfront Stadium says 2-5, and that is going to be a single into right field for a base hit. Parker's base running rating is a 2. The ball is hit to right. Baines is -1. To get to home, you add 1 from second to home. So it's going to be a 1 to 2 for Parker to get to home. It is a 6, and he is going to be thrown out. Harold Baines guns it to the plate, and Parker is out of there trying to score. With a base running rating of 2 and with a 5 on the die, Asaski will not advance to third. He will stay at second, and Concepcion is on first. So Asaski holds at second base as Parker is thrown out by Baines. And there are now 2 outs. As ID Jester. Oh, it was a range play. That's right. It was a range play at the park. That's right. It was a range play. Dang it. Range play. What was that? Baines' range was a 5. He didn't make it anyway, so that's fine. He didn't make it anyway. It was a 6. He didn't make it anyway. All right, thanks, ID Jester. But that was a 6. He didn't make it anyway. So it still stands. But the throw was still out at the plate. So it is still 3-0. And the batter now is Ron Oster. Thank you, ID Jester. And here at Riverfront Stadium. Thank you very much. Forgot it was a range play. Oster, the batter. He is 0 for 2. Baines couldn't make the play, but he does make the throw. Strat roll says a 4. There is no play. Burns will go ahead and pitch. That's a 2-2 against a righty. That is a blank. Oster swings 1-4. Fly out center field. That will end the inning. No runs. 2 hits. A walk. A big throw out by Harold Baines. Still keeps the game 3-0. But can the White Sox do anything against Soto? As ID Jester is in the house, and thank you very much. I have no problem with any of you guys telling me if I did something wrong or missed a step. And ID Jester, I'm getting a lot of good, I usually get, I'm getting a lot of good works on Fall Classic Baseball. I might be giving that a crack. Because right now, Tony at CP Cards and Dice is saying lots of good things about it. Bottom of the 6th inning. I'm sorry, that's the end of 6. We go to the top of the 7th. 7th inning coming up. Mario Soto will pitch to Harold Baines, who gets a few smattering of boos here at Riverfront. Soto is very strong. He is nowhere near tired yet. Britt Burns, however, is also looking maybe this. Britt Burns, that may have been Burns' last inning. I might go to the pen there. Soto will pitch to Baines. That's a 6-5. That's a range play at the park. Riverfront Stadium, 2-2. That's a ground ball to first base. The ball is hit to Rose. His range is a 1. Not a chance. That gets past him, single or double. That's a base hit. Baines gets it past Rose. Baines will head to first. First hit of the game for Baines, and only the second hit given up by Soto. Baines on at first. The infield moves to halfway. Next batter is Greg Walker. Strat roll says a 4. There is no play. Soto pitches to Walker. That's a 6-2. Home run, question mark. Walker is a lefty, a 1-2. That's an 8. No blank. That will become a blank. But Walker gets to swing. 5-6. It's a fly ball. Center field. Out number 1. Here is Pudge. The original Pudge. Baines still on at first. Strat says a 1. I'm down by 3 runs. The White Sox are done by 3 runs. You're not doing a hit and run. You need base runners. So the hit and run will be taken off. Soto will pitch. As I use the strat roll as a suggested play, not hard and fast. 2-1 against a righty. That's a blank. Fisk takes a swing. 3-2. That's a ground ball to second base. Fisk double play rating 2. Nothing from Soto. Halfway is 3. Shortstop pivot. Shortstop pivot Concepcion is a 0. So a 1-3. They turn it. And they do. Second base to shortstop. Back to first. Double play. Inning over. No runs and a hit for the White Sox here at the 7th inning stretch. Still 3-0 in favor of the Reds as Soto was pitching a gem. It would have been a double play on the hit and run. I know, but you're down by 3 runs, and you're not calling a hit and run when you're down by 3 runs. You're really not. Still, you're probably should have listened to the die, but yeah, I know. Let's see here. Where are we? Bottom of the 7th inning. Bo Diaz is the leadoff batter for the Reds. Burns is due to bat 4th. That's going to be it for Britt Burns. They will take him out as the White Sox are going to go to the pen. Let's see. You got 2 righties and a lefty coming up. So let's see who the White Sox want to bring in. And let's see who will be the pitcher. It will be, let's see. They will go with Dave Wehrmeister. 2-2, 2 saves, 3.43 ERA. Wehrmeister will come on to pitch against Diaz. Pitch is a 7. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, it probably won't make it there. Dave Wehrmeister against Diaz. Always knows best. I learned that the hard way. Now it doesn't always know best. It does sometimes, but not always. No outs. Wehrmeister will pitch to Diaz. 6-2. That's a home run with a question mark. Diaz, a 1-9 against the righty. That is a 7. It clears. Diaz has a home run rating of 11. There is no adjustment. A 1-11. Diaz will hit this one out, and it becomes a blank. So Diaz will swing. 5-2. But he does get a single past the shortstop for a hit. Base hit for Bo Diaz, and he will hold it first. Doesn't get the homer, but he does slap one past short. The next batter is Mario Soto, and I'm going to let him. He is pitching a gem. I'm going to keep him out there, even though. This is the 7th inning. Do I go to the pit? Do I go to the bench? Even though Soto's pitching a gem. The Reds bullpen was not bad. Reds bullpen was pretty good. They got some play. They got some pitchers in there. You know what? If there was nobody on base, I'd let Soto hit. But since there is someone on base, I'll take him out. Dave Little says bunt. All right, well, since Dave Little's my Reds fan, maybe I should. He says leave Soto in. Okay, but first I got to see if the bunt is available. By strat roll. 13. Yes. Okay, so he says bunt him over. We will do so. Mario Soto will bunt. The infield is halfway automatically. So we'll do the bunt. As Dave Little says, leave him in. He's the Reds fan, so I'll go with Dave Little says. And that is Sua Dice will re-roll. Wehrmeister with the pitch. 1-2. That is at the ballpark. That is ignored. So now we go to the bunt for Soto. That is a 3. The ball is hit. The ball is bunted to first base. That is an 18. His bunt rating is a 4. The first baseman is not in, as he is actually holding the runner on. And that's going to be that's an 18. That is going to be a great bunt. Everyone is safe with a single. Mario Soto bunts it to first. There is no way Walker can make that play. It is safe with a single. It's an infield hit. What a call by Dave Little. And that is a single. It is a great bunt. Runners at first and second now with the infield halfway. And it's still 3-0 and still nobody out. The batter now is Milner. Wehrmeister in a bit of a jam. That's a 12, no play. Wehrmeister will pitch. That is a 6-4. That is a 6-4, and that is a blank. Milner gets to swing. 6-6, that's a ground ball to second base. Milner's double play rating is a 1, plus 1 here is 2. Wehrmeister adds 2 to the double play rating, so that is a 4. White Sox shortstop is Guillen. He adds no adjustment. So a 1-4, this is a double play. It is a 1, and they do. So it is second to shortstop to first, 2 outs. But Diaz does get to third. The batter now is Pete Rose. The runner on third. Infield goes back to normal. Still rolling a strat. That's an 11. There is no play. Wehrmeister will pitch. 4-3. That's a range play. Can Rose bring home a run? It's a 2-3. That's a single to second base. The ball is hit to Fletcher. Their infield is normal, a 1-3. He turns it into a ground out. It is a 3, and he does. Great play by Fletcher. Throws to first to get the out, and the inning is over. No runs, 2 hits. But a big double play and a great play by Fletcher at second ends the inning. Still 3-0 Reds. Top of the 8th. Leading off for the White Sox is Scott Fletcher. Soto will be tired at the end of, no, not yet. Actually, Soto has 6 batters left, so he's still pretty strong. Tim Pepper joins us here at Riverfront Stadium. Soto with the pitch. 2-6, double question mark. That 12 is too high for either side, so it's a blank. Fletcher swings 2-5. He singles past shortstop, base hit. White Sox get the leadoff man on. That's a second hit of the game for Fletcher. He is now 2 for 3. The next batter is Tim Hewlett. He will hit. Infield goes halfway. Strat roll says a 20. Soto throws to first. Does he get a pickoff? 6, no. Fletcher gets back. Now Soto will pitch to Hewlett. And that is a 6-1, possible error on a grounder. Hewlett swings 4-2. That is a fly ball to center field. There will be no error on that one. Catch is made by Milner, out number 1. Here is Ozzie Guillen. Strat roll says a 14, no play. Soto will pitch to Guillen. That's a 3-4. That's at the park. Riverfront Stadium, 1-6. That's a double into right field. Guillen goes ahead and gets a little bit of help from the stadium and smacks a double to right. Fletcher's base running rating is a 3. In order on a double to right, to subtract 1 to get to home, it's a -1. The right becomes a 2. Parker has a good arm, -1 in right field. So the only way Fletcher scores is on a 1. It is a 4. He will hold at third. Guillen stops at second, and the tying run comes to the plate. Dave Wehrmeister, the pitcher, was due to hit. The White Sox will go to the bench. Coming on to bat for the White Sox will be Ron Kittle. Ron Kittle is usually the designated hitter, and since I usually go by most at bats before the 8th or 9th inning, before the 9th inning, Ron Kittle will go up against Soto with runners at second and third. There are better hitters, yes, but not enough at bats for me to go ahead and put them in there. So here is Kittle. He did belt 26 home runs, so he is very capable of hitting one out. Still one out. The infield is going to be normal. The Reds have a 3-0 lead. They could call infield in, but they'd rather get the out right now. Soto will pitch to Kittle with the runner on base. Strat roll says a 7. There is no play. One out. Soto will pitch to Kittle. Tim, I'm so sorry to hear that. Tim, that's all right. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, Tim. My prayers go out to you. My prayers and condolences go out to you there, Tim. We have that issue. Yeah, I'm very sorry to hear that, Tim. Kind of makes you wonder what's really more important out here than doing what we're doing, but we do these as a diversion. Runners at second and third. Soto will pitch. There was no play, so let's see what happens. Soto pitches. He's in his first real jam of this game. 4-5. That's a wild pitch. That's a 9. It falls into the wild pitch category. He throws that to the backstop. That will score a run. Oh, Fletcher comes in to score on a wild pitch by Soto. Guillen goes to third. It's now 3-1. Soto throws it to the backstop. And now a runner on third, and now 3-1. I will re-roll the strat roll. Now the Reds might want to do infield in. Didn't expect a wild pitch from Soto. Let's see. I'll ask Dave Little, what do you want me to do? Infield in or play for the regular or play for the out there, Dave? It's now 3-1. Guillen on at third. He's got a good base running ability of a 4. Still 1 out. Kittle at the plate. Or would you rather? I mean, I could also intentionally walk Kittle if you want, but then you'd be pitching to Rudy Law. Then you'd be batting against Rudy Law. Take the out. Okay, so infield will stay normal. So Soto will pitch to Kittle. I will roll a strat again. That is a 1. Guillen has an attempt rating of 2. Plus 1 is a 3. But divided by a chance to steal home divided by 5 puts it under that. So there will not be a steal of home. So that play is off, and Soto will pitch. Soto's pitch again, 1-4, strikeout chance plus 10. Kittle is against a righty, that is a 17. Minus 1 is a 16. That's an 18. He does not strike out Kittle. Kittle gets the swing, 4-2, and he grounds it to first base. He grounds it to first. Ozzie Guillen, I should have mentioned Ozzie Guillen is going to come home with 1 out. Ozzie Guillen comes home. If the infield is back with the run rating with the infield back, his base running rating becomes a 6. There is no chance to get him, so they will take the out at first. Kittle is out, but Guillen does score. It is 3-2. And we got pretty much close to a new ball game. Two outs. Batter now is Rudy Law. Soto still not tired, but he will be in 2 batters. But Soto will pitch to Law. It's now 3-2. Soto's pitch, 4-1. That's a walk chance. The 12 is too high. Law will go ahead and get to swing. 5-5. Single past the shortstop for a base hit. The tying run is on. And the batter now is Luis Salazar. Steeler fan joins us here at Riverfront Stadium. Law on at first base now. Tying run. Salazar is the batter. With 2 outs, I'm going to see if Soto can get out of this inning. Reds will be going to the closer. Soto will pitch to Salazar. Is there anything on a strat roll? That is a 7. 7 plus 1. Yes, a steal by Law is available. 7 plus 1 makes it an 8. Law, stolen base rating, 17. Plus 1 from Soto is 18. Diaz, no extra arm. Law is going to go to second. A 1-18. He is safe. He is safe by a mile. Rudy Law steals second base, and that puts the tying run in scoring position. Now what do? Law is on at second. That is a stolen base. You got to pitch to Salazar. You don't want to pitch to Baines. Well, let's see what Strat Roll says. That is a 2. A steal of third could be available. 7 plus 1 is 8. Divided by 2 is a 4. That is a 2. Law could steal third, but I think we know he'll probably score from second on any base hit. So I'm going to call that off, and I'm going to let Salazar hit. Don't want to take a chance. Law will probably score from second on any hit with a base running rating of a 5. Soto will pitch to Salazar. That's a 2-2 against a righty. Strikeout plus 10. That is a 10 plus 10 is a 20. Minus 1 is a 19. He strikes out Salazar and gets out of the inning. Strikeout number 4. 2 runs on 3 hits. It got interesting, but the Reds now lead it only 3-2. As Soto strikes out Salazar. We come up to the bottom of the 8th inning. A lefty and 2 righties coming up for the Reds. So I probably think we'll see a right-handed pitcher. And the White Sox are just going to go with their best pitcher that they can go. And they're going to bring in, I think that's Hernandez, isn't it? Let me see here. They're going to go with Bob James. 8-7, 32 saves, 2.13 ERA. James's job is simple. Keep it a 3-2 game. Dave Parker leads off for the Reds in the bottom of the 8th. James's pitch, 4-1. That is a blank. He's not tired. Parker will swing. 5-3. Star 4 grounds out to first. That's out number 1. Cesar Cedeno comes up next. Cedeno is 1 for 3, and he reached and with it 1 for 3 and got to second base on an error. James with the pitch. 6-2 strikeout chance. 8 is good enough. He got him. 10 minus 1 is a 9, but that is an 8. He strikes out Cedeno. Out number 2. And now Nick Asaski. Asaski is 1 for 2, singled and walked. Pitch from James. 2-1, strikeout chance. 11, he gets him. He strikes out Asaski, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for James. Will we see some 9th inning magic at the end of 8? It is 3-2 as we go to the top of the 9th. Soto, of course, coming out. He has done his job. The White Sox will go to their closer, and that would be Ted Power. 8-6, 27 saves, 2.70 ERA. He will be dealing, though, with 2 lefties and a righty. He goes against the White Sox heart of the order. Harold Baines leads off. Ted Power will pitch to Baines. Baines is 1 for 2, singled and walked and flew out. Fans here at Riverfront on their feet. Power will pitch to Baines. That's a 4-4. Error on a grounder. Baines swings 6-1. That's a star 5. It's a fly ball to left field. No error there. Cedeno puts it away. Out number 1. As Ted Power is mostly a fly ball pitcher, as you can see by the star line. That's one thing I like about Inside Pitch. It actually tells you what kind of pitcher he was, what kind of balls he gave up. Greg Walker will now bat. He is 0 for 3. Walker will hit. He's got 24 home runs. 258 average, 1 out. Power will pitch. That's a 5-3. That's a range play. Walker swings 5-3 against a righty. That is a single to short. The ball is hit to Concepcion. His range is a 3. Infield is normal. It's a 3. Concepcion makes the play, turns the single into a ground out, throws to first, out number 2. What a stop by Concepcion. That had base hit written all over it. 2 outs as Concepcion comes up huge. And now the chance is Carlton Fisk, the original Pudge. He only batted .238, but he's got 37 home runs. Power looking in at Fisk. 3-2, top of the 9th. Fans here at Riverfront looking on. Reds fans in my chat hoping the Reds can pull it out. Here's the pitch from Power. 4-6. That is a range play at the park. Riverfront Stadium, 6-4. Fly ball to right field. The ball is hit to Parker. His range is a 3. 1-3. He makes it. 4-6. It's going to drop. It is a 5 and it drops in. Is it a single or a double? That is a base hit, and Fisk will hold it first. Parker just couldn't get there, but it drops in front of him, and Parker throws it in quickly, and Fisk will hold at first base. The batter now is Scott Fletcher. I will go to the White Sox bench, because now I can choose any player I want on average, which is what we're going to do, and we're going to see what we do here. They're going to call Fletcher back. He is at second base, but I believe I have other second basemen available that can take the position. I do. So Fletcher is coming out of the game, although Fletcher was 2 for 3 today. But they're going to bring in Joel Skinner. Skinner batted .341, although he only had 44 at-bats, but I can go by average on the last inning of the game, or extras. Skinner, .341, will go up against Power. To take over at second base, in case this game goes any further, will be Julio Cruz. So now Joel Skinner gets a crack. Carlton Fisk pitch run. His base running rating is a 3. Becomes a 4 with 2 outs. As Dave Little says, pinch run. Usually don't do pinch runners just because I have another catcher I want to take out Fisk, but thing about it is, on a 6, he's it doesn't matter how good a base runner he is. Although Dave Little says pinch run. Let's see here. Although I'm going up against your Reds. All right, why not? Fisk is going to come out of the game. Brian Little with a base running rating of 4 will go ahead and take first base. And that means the catcher will be Mark Hill in case this goes any further. So here's the game. Brian Little on it first. Ted Power will pitch to Joel Skinner. Brian Little now base running rating of 4. He is the tying run. Dave Little says, "No, you actually know the game pretty well there, Dave. You've been watching this a number of times. You know what you're doing." So Power will pitch to Skinner. 2 outs. First, am I rolling strike? The answer is yes. And that is an 8. There is no play. Power will go ahead and pitch. Power's pitch. 3-2 against a right-hander. That's a strikeout chance. That's an 11. And that is a swing and a miss. Struck him out. That's your game. Ted Power strikes out Skinner. Reds pull it out 3-2. After all that excitement, he strikes him out. No runs and a hit. Final line score coming up. And this one belongs to the Reds. For the Reds, 3 runs on 8 hits, no errors. For the White Sox, 2 runs, 6 hits and an error. Mario Soto gets the win. Britt Burns does take the loss, and Ted Power comes up with the save. And the Reds will advance to the next round, and they will take on the Chicago Cubs. They will host the Cubs in that game, since the Cubs are the lower seed. Thank you all for joining me. Remember, tonight we got the Orioles and the Yankees tonight on Payoff Pitch. So for all you Yankee fans and Yankee haters, please join us for tonight. And tomorrow on Inside Pitch One and Gone, it will be the Angels and the Rangers, the final game of the second round. Thank you all for joining me. Steeler fan, Tribe fan, Keith White, Tim Pepper, ID Jester, Brandon Baker. Thank you all for joining me tonight, and we'll see you guys a little later. Stay safe, healthy, smart, and strong. Reds over the White Sox 3-2. We'll see you guys later.